a second to give to me. That magic you made.
They had to rush to the restroom.
No problem.
Yeah. This is a beautiful wedding.
It's a beautiful wedding. Oh, I love it. I tell you, it just reminds me of communion together, of coming together as one. And, it's just a glorious time, I tell you. Yeah, for a good, treat, good marriage.
And, I'm so happy for them. They seem like they're just so in love.
Yeah.
Like, just life is just so beautiful, Mm-hmm. So I just... we just got to keep them in our prayers.
That's
because,
right.
We just never know if the enemy will try to come and just like snatch up marriages, So it definitely. Hey, Barb, can you hear us okay? And so if you can give us some hearts. And so anyway, so I think we need to do more of these.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you.
More weddings and
it's just a wonderful thing. Marriage is wonderful.
Yes,
bringing two together. I tell you, love it. Love it. Well, babe, I'll be right back. I gotta go to the restroom.
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
Okay, honey. All right. I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, see you in a little bit.
All right. Hey, Joe, how are you doing? I have not seen you in such a long time. How have you been? You've been good? Okay. I mean, it's like high school since I've seen you. That's just like a long time ago. What have you been doing with yourself? Okay, you were construction worker. You just bought a house? Oh, I'm scared of you. Are you driving to Tulsa? Watch out, y'all. Okay. Well, how do you know the couple? Okay, all right. So you met him through a friend. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. They're the beautiful couple. Really, really nice couple. Did I just? Oh, would you just ask me? Or you want to know if I want to go to a party with you next week? Did you not hear Did you not see my husband that was sitting over here with me? Oh, what do you mean you don't care if I'm married? I mean, like, I don't know. That's kind of. It sounded to be you flirting with me. What's going on here? What's going on, my brother? What is going on? Tell me, please.
Okay, man, I'm back. Back from the restroom. Oh, wait a minute, though. Did I just hear this guy just ask you out? And say he didn't care if you were married or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me, babe. Can I switch seats with you for a quick second? Let me just switch seats. Let me just talk to him for a minute, okay? Excuse me, sir. I hope you can see that she's married. I'm her husband. She's with me. And we're together, okay? And there's plenty of women here at this reception that are single. I think maybe you need to go talk to one of them. No problem. I understand you. I just want you to know that, okay? That my wife doesn't play that and I don't play that, okay? We're together and we're staying together. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that's fine. You can go sit over and talk to one of those other women. Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Wow, cut.
Oh.
What just happened here?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, boy.
What just happened?
I don't know, babe. Okay, all right. Hey, let's switch spots.
Okay, I'll let you get back in your seat here. Okay, see, he's gone now. He's gone now. We'll get back. Wow, that was something else, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Does that happen often, babe? When I leave you, just 5 minutes. I was gone for 5 minutes, and this guy is trying to pick up my wife. Wow. And seen us sitting there together the whole time, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad I spoke up and said something to him, though.
Yeah, you know what, babe? I got somebody that's asking me where's the link at. So keep going forth, and we'll just go ahead.
Well, before we discuss the details of the skit and what just happened, give us some emojis or some hearts, and let us know you can hear us loud and clear. So if you can hear us, just let us know. Also, while sharing the show out loud, please help us share it as well as we're sharing it. Please help us share the show as well. Okay, so if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That would be great. That would be awesome. My name is Bruce Kelly, also known as Exhorted One, which means I am encouraged to encourage you. And this is my lovely wife, Rachale Kelly. We've been married for 25 years now, right?
Yes,
Going on 26 strong.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So, we just want to be an encouragement to others that are married or thinking of getting married. And anything you want to add to that, Rachel?
Well, no, I got my ad. I was able to send out the link, so
Okay,
you're free
awesome.
free to roll here. One of the things that I know you were kind of picking up for me, and just what I want to do is I kind of want to come back and ask those of you who join us. I think Barb did say she could hear us loud and clear.
Okay, great, awesome.
Yeah, so that we want to say thank you, Barb, for letting us know, and feel free to
Thank
comment.
you, Barb. We appreciate that.
Feel free to comment below, and if you have any questions or any answers or any comments that you want to make on the skit, because the skit is something that happens, and it doesn't just happen in the setting of like that setting with the guy, but it can happen in many settings, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So I need for you to go to that point. If you're watching the replay, please type replay so that we can personally connect with you. And also just and type replay. We're a replayer. Type that down. And then we're from Toledo. Where are you watching from?
Toledo, Ohio.
Where are you watching in from? So after 25 years of marriage, raising 3 children, have a child with Down syndrome, and making many mistakes. Our goal is to kind of is to help you to avoid a lot of those mistakes. And we're on a mission to help save 10,000 married couples from going to divorce court. That's our mission.
That's right.
And so during our show, we're going to teach you what works, what doesn't work, what conflicts can come about, and how you can resolve those conflicts. So don't forget to mark your calendar for every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, so you can come back and hear secrets, all the secrets that we've learned. We want to share those with you. And thank you for those of you who shared out. Welcome to those of you who joined us. Let me see who all do we have over here that popped in with us. We have Barb. And I see we have, Kenyatta, you found us. Awesome. You missed the skit. Okay, make sure you go back, Kenyatta, and watch the skit, because the skit was pretty interesting. We did have a bunch of bloopers, but the bloopers are good because it helps us to grow. But we're going to talk about, things like this that happen. And at the skit, you should be able to get that right in the beginning. So we want to say thank you to all of you who have came over to join us. And now we're going to go ahead and dive into the skit and talk about some of the things that went wrong in this skit and what we need to do in order to avoid those things. So grab a pen and a piece of paper, because we're about to take some copious notes so you all can be equipped when the enemy tries to come and attack you like he did with Adam and Eve.
That's right. Wow. I mean, what just happened in that skit? Well, like Rachel was saying, that skit was just basically about exactly what happened in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, the fall of man, the fall of mankind. See, because one thing that happened, just like this thirsty man did, and this skit actually is called The Thirsty Man, right? Which means that this man was trying to pick up my wife, trying to pick her up, trying to deceive her. He was trying to reel her in. He was trying to persuade her and pursue her. And I had to step in and say something. So the name is the skit basically is The Thirsty Man, but the subject title is When Women Speak and Men Don't Talk. And this is what happened in the Garden of Eden, right? See, the serpent came and he tried to woo. Actually, he did woo, and he pursued Eve to eat that forbidden fruit. But the important thing that we also must understand is everybody always talk about what Eve did. The important thing that we need to understand was that the man, Adam, did not speak up. He allowed this thing to happen. He was supposed to be Eve's covering in that garden, right? He was the one that protected Eve, and they were together as one. And when God told them not to eat that forbidden fruit, that they would surely die, Adam said nothing. He stood right there, and he let this serpent, as thirsty as he was, persuade Eve into eating that fruit. Well, the same thing with this man tried to do in the skit. He tried to pursue my wife. He tried to, get her to go out with him. And if I had not said anything, he would have continued to try to pursue her and to persuade her. So, man, we must stand up. We must talk. We must allow ourselves to be heard, so that way interference does not come in our relationship with our spouse. So anything you want to add to that, babe, before we move on?
Well, I think that, one of the things that we as women must say is, saying nothing says it all, right?
That's right.
So a lot of times we're in positions like I was in, like I actually could have been kind of wooed into that if Bruce hadn't been here. So really, sometimes, ladies, it's better off just to say nothing, like get up from that whole situation and not even engage, because he probably thought, he probably was thinking that, oh yeah, she interested in me, Yeah. So you don't have to speak every time somebody says something. Just like Eve got caught up and trapped up in a situation where her husband was right there. She could just pass it over to him and let him deal with the conversation instead of her trying to, and I really believe he came after her because he knew she was a weaker vessel. Yeah. So
and exactly, and the thing is, just like Rachel was saying, just don't say nothing. Had Eve not said anything back to the serpent might have went on his way, but she continued to talk back with him, But God said, no, we shouldn't eat from that, so that allowed the serpent to come in and to be even more deceptive in his talking. The more she talked, the more deceiving he did with his lips to pursue her. He threw that hook in there, the line and sinker. It was every time she opened her mouth and said something, he was pulling her in more and more.
Right.
So sometimes it's best, like you said, just don't say anything. Keep it moving.
Right. So ladies, when you are in union with your husband, or even if you're, if you're engaged and you're thinking about getting married, then you want to, you should not allow to approach you with, allow some man to approach you with his intentions. And God gives us the spirit of discernment. We know when somebody has, an intention of more than just saying hi, you can kind of tell with their conversation. So keep that in mind. The other thing is, you should not stop, you should not stop and stay in these conversations. You need to, get out of them. I think I stayed too long, and I should have hurry up and jumped out of the conversation, but I allowed myself to stay in there too long, and that actually can be dangerous, just like Eve did. She stayed in it, she allowed herself to get involved in the conversation that she shouldn't have done, And the last thing, ladies, is don't let another man who is not your mate or your husband pursue or persuade you into doing something that is uncomfortable. And we'll talk a little bit about, we're just going to share a story in a little bit. So guys, if this makes sense so far, type in a 1 and let us know that this makes sense. Just go ahead and type in a 1, and if this makes some sense, let us know. We appreciate that. And I'm going to turn it back over to Bruce and share his perspective on a man, from a man's perspective.
Now, husbands, men, brethren, I have a few key nuggets for us too as well. Husbands, speak up, please. Are you a man or a mouse? We have to speak up, let the person know kindly they're out of order. So I had to let that thirsty man know that he was out of order talking to my wife. I mean, he saw that we were together. We were all hugged up talking about our good time and stuff of being married and we're in union together. I said all this, maybe, I didn't say it loud enough, but it doesn't make a difference. See, a lot of times we know when someone's with someone. I mean, we're sitting there together, right? So we have to let that person, just like Adam, he should have did the same thing with the serpent. He should have said, hey, wait a minute. Why are you talking to my wife? Talk to me. And the thing is, also, he should have just pulled Eve away. Don't talk to him.
Right.
He's wrong in what he's saying, and don't even listen to him. So Adam did not live up to his responsibility. He was being a mouse and not a man. He left Eve uncovered. He didn't protect her. You see what I'm saying? So we have to speak up, man, because we have to protect our wives. We have to cover our wives. And see, and when we look at the story of the fallen man, what is the first thing most people say about that particular story? They always say it was Eve's fault. But we got to also look at it was man's fault as well, because man did not take his stand and he did not speak up. So that's the first pointer that we want to talk about. Anything you want to add to that before I go to the second pointer?
Well, I mean, also he's her covering. Like he is literally her covering.
That's right.
And so another reason why he shouldn't be speaking up is because he is her protector. Right. And then so if he's not utilizing what God has given him, then he's putting his wife in a bad spot. So,
That's right. That's good. That's very good. Point number 2, second nugget, man. Let the person and your spouse know the error in the situation or the event that is taking place. Adam, he should have took Eve to the side and said, babe, don't you remember what God said? He said, we will surely die if we eat that forbidden fruit. But instead, he did not say anything. He didn't even say anything about the error in that because Eve was questioning, did God really say that? Because the serpent tricked and said, God didn't say. He really didn't say that.
Right.
You know, that's how you know, smooth the serpent tried to be. And we know how smooth men try to be with their lines, you know, when they're talking to a woman. Oh, well, you know, are you sure you're happy in that relationship, babe?
Yeah.
I can make you happier than what he can make you happy. You don't look too happy sitting there with him. You know, things like that. So we have to, you know, come back and let them know the error. Just like I let that thirsty man know the error. I let him know, hey, wait a minute. This is my wife. We're sitting here. We're in union together. We've been married for 25 years. Ain't nothing coming in between this. You better, you got to go, dude. You get 86 out of here. So, man, that is the second nugget that we must present. Let the person know the error of the situation and what they're doing. Okay, number 3, the third nugget. Men, brethren, tell the person kindly they need to respect and stay away from your wife. That's what Adam should have did to the serpent. When the serpent was talking to his wife, look, sir, you need to move on away, please. You know, my wife and I here. That's right, man. Take authority. Take authority. You need to move away. This is my wife. Okay, I appreciate it if you don't talk to her, you know, because her and I, we're not going to eat from that forbidden tree, that forbidden fruit. We're going to eat from what God told us to eat from. The tree of life. Awesome. So you need to be involved in the process. Man, don't just sit there and let the whole process happen in front of you. This person talking to your spouse, your wife, like Adam did, and you're not even involved. I mean, I'm trying to figure out, what was Adam doing at the time? Was he twiddling his thumbs, playing around? I mean, what was Adam doing? Yeah, I don't know. I like what Barb said, because she said he left the door open. You know, he left the door for the enemy to come in. Thank you, Barb. He left the door wide open, no covering, you know. And when there's no covering, there's nothing but openness. You're right, Barb. Nothing but openness. So, man, we got to stand up, take our place. Speak up, man, speak up. Fourth nugget, man, be your, and we just said this, right? Be your spouse's covering, be your spouse's protector. Pay attention, have her best interests at hand. You know, you have to have your mind focused and paying attention. How many times have we seen this happen? A lot of times, a woman's doing something and she's with her husband, but her husband's not paying attention. And then anything can happen. You know, I've seen situations when a man was with his wife and her purse got snatched from her, you know, and if the man was being more observant, then guess what? That probably wouldn't have happened because he's protecting and watching. One of the things my wife and I do is when we go to restaurants together, I like to sit to where I can see the door, see everything in front of me. And she'll sit on this side, right? And I'll be sitting right here because I'm observing everything around me, because I'm protecting her. If something, you know, is about to happen, something I see that's not right, I want to be able to see that. Because why? Because I want to be her protector. I want to be her cover. I want to make sure that she is safe. So now, Eve would have not probably been deceived if Adam would have been observing and paying attention, right? He wasn't paying attention, and he didn't speak up. Speak up, man. You remember you were talking about, like, when I was, like, when I used to go out by myself all the time. How you? Oh yeah. About that. Thanks. Yeah, tell them about that. No, you can tell, because I like the way you tell it better. Okay. Well, this is one thing that that guy that he had to convict me on. Okay. And actually convicted me on this through my wife. There was a time early in our marriage, she'd go grocery shopping, she'd go out to the stores and stuff like that, you know, and she would always do all these things by herself. And I'm sitting there in the house just chilling, right? And one day she said, you know, I'm tired. She said, somebody at the grocery store tried to hit on me or whatever, you know, and then all of a sudden, and then another time she said, I'm tired of being going shopping by myself. People think I'm single. You know, they wonder where my husband at all the time. And God hit me with that. I need to be there with my wife. I need to be, we need to be doing these things together. I need to be her covering. I need to be protecting her. What if someone did try to snatch her purse? There were times, I'm talking about, forgive me, Lord, and I hate to tell y'all this, but I'm going to be transparent. There were times I remember her shopping late at night by herself, and I wasn't there with her. And a lot of times now I say, okay, babe, hold on, I'm going to go with you. I want you to go by yourself because I want to be a protector. And this is what we're saying that Adam didn't do. He didn't speak up and he wasn't there. So we must do this. So and then this can happen in many different situations. Anything you want to add to that when we talked about different, it's not just with someone trying to talk to your wife intimately, but what other situations? Remember we talking earlier?
Like another thing that happens a lot, especially early on in your marriage, is that like family will get together and they'll talk about your wife, and you don't say anything. Yeah. You literally just sit there and listen, and you never even stand up for her, whether you think she's right or not. And sometimes she may not necessarily be right, but she's your wife. You're supposed to be her protector. Once you make that vow before God and a bunch of other people, you made a commitment to protect her. That means protecting her against your family. Because the Bible tells us to leave and to cleave. So you have to leave your family and you have to cleave to your spouse. And no matter how uncomfortable it is, right? That's what you have to do, right? Otherwise, if you don't, now you're looking at separation and divorce, right? And what we found out is that the longer you go, the longer you're married, that stuff kind of like fades out anyway. It's not a big thing anymore. But in the beginning, it can be really intense, and it can cause a lot of problems in a marriage.
Right. And you're right, because you find a lot of times, like we said, it's huge with sons and mothers, because mother, oh, that's my baby, that's my boy, and he could have been the mama's boy, right? And then the mom is saying this and saying that about the wife and husband. You got to speak up and protect her and cover her. Say, Mom, that's my wife, respect her, I love her. This is my wife. This is who I married to. Same thing with sometimes daddy girls.
Girls.
The main man in my life is my dad. Not anymore when you're married. It's your husband.
You gave her away at the altar.
That's right. That's why you gave her away, Dad. so that he can be her covering now. He's a covering now. You're no longer a covering.
That's right.
So we got 5 minutes left. So we close.
This makes sense. If this makes sense, guys, type in a 2. What we're sharing with you makes sense. Or if you've ever experienced this, or what someone else experienced, type in a 2 and let us know that you guys are on point. This is really what happens. And then keep in mind that we as women, and this goes not vice versa, but because it talks about men not speaking up, I'm gonna take a little bit of extra time here for us ladies, right? So we have, if you work to fulfill the need, right? God has made us where we have certain needs. And as long as you fulfill those needs, you don't have to worry about the enemy squeezing in. And just like, that we're talking about this story with the Tyler Perry movie. I don't know if you guys saw it or not.
Oh, yeah.
But, and Bruce will tell it to you. But in this story, that's kind of what happened, because her needs weren't being fulfilled. She was in a boring relationship. Right. Eventually, and Bruce, go ahead and tell them the story. So we're curious.
I forgot the name of the movie though, but it's a movie about this woman. She ended up being a counselor, but she was working for this firm, and she had this client that kept coming in, real suave guy, dressed real nice, physique. We had a real good physique and stuff. But anyway, he kept trying to pursue and persuade the woman, and he kept telling her how beautiful she was. If I was your husband, I'd pay more attention to your hair. I pay more attention to your smile. Does your husband do this with you? Does your husband do that with you? And so what happened was that this woman started feeling like her husband was really boring, and she wanted this excitement in her life, right? So she ended up getting pulled in and persuaded eventually by this man. He was sending flowers to her and things like that. Something that her husband didn't do. And she thought the flowers were from her husband. She found out it was from this man. But to make a long story short, so she eventually gave in to the man. She ended up having sex with him, and he ended up giving her HIV. She became HIV positive. Wow.
That's crazy.
So what we're saying is that a lot of times, like Rachel was saying, you have good intuition, women. Women have great intuition. They know when someone's flirting with them. They know when someone's trying to pull them in. So from the very beginning, bam, she should have cut it off right away. she kind of, you know, just halfway did it, but she wasn't convincing in the beginning. So that's why he kept.
I was talking to that guy, or you talking about the lady?
Well, the lady.
Oh, okay.
The lady,
I was talking to that guy. It was kind of the same way too.
Yeah, it was kind of the same way too.
In our skit.
So you got to really let this person know. But also, in saying that too, men, like I was saying earlier, you got to be involved with your woman. You got to still have a covering. You know, like, and so even though women have great intuition, also men, we got to look for the warning signs as far as our spouse. Like, is she coming home late all of a sudden now? Does she not kiss me anymore like she used to kiss me? Does she not look into my eyes anymore like she used to? All those particular things we got to start finding, okay, what's going on? So we need to sit down so that we do not allow anything to block or interfere in our communication, our union with one another. And this is what we were talking about. Men speak up, women, you know, at the same time, don't allow interference to continue to speak to you, cut it off. And men, be that covering that you have to be. So, in closing, the key to blocking interference in our marriage is, for men, Bruce, I'm going to say to the men, the exhorted one, which means I'm encouraged to encourage you. Men, speak up, be alert. Protect your woman, your wife from wolves. And the wolves can come in so many forms. It can come into just men trying to, you know, persuade your wife. It can come into your family member trying to persuade your wife. It could be jobs. You know, it could be so many different things, but stand up for your wife. If your job is not treating you, the person not treating your wife right, you know, the job, and, you know, you talk to your wife and say, babe, maybe you start looking for a different job, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But be that protector, you know, be that covering that she needs.
Right. And, you know, and one of the things that Barb mentioned, and it's so true, if we as women would stop it even before it starts, there would be no need for
that's right. Thank you, Barb.
Even to come. It'd be no need for the man, because a lot of times what happened when that male testosterone gets going, now next you know you're fighting. You know, you got two people fighting because male testosterone. I know you don't tell me who, you know, and even though I belong to you, right? He don't care, right? Because you just tested his testosterone level. So if me as a wife would stop him in his track, then you would never have to even go through that. So guys, when you go back and look at that skit, and y'all, you know, and comment below and tell us, you know, I mean, it's the very beginning of our live, and comment in there and kind of just let us know some things that you think that should have happened different, because I think it's important that we, you know, look at that whole thing, you know, about, you know, everything that happened here. So ladies, whatever, don't converse with the enemy. All right. When you converse with the enemy, you open the door as well. Not only does a husband leave a door open when he does not stand up and speak, right? We leave a door open also, and we make it more difficult for our spouses to stand up. Like, you know, and you know, that's why, you know, the word talks about having a quiet and humble spirit. You know, I mean, we don't have to be in the middle of everything.
That's right.
So what do you want to say?
I was just saying, and like I was saying earlier, we like women, you have good intuition. You know when someone's trying to flirt with you. You can feel it. You know when it's coming. You know, certain things are being said. Bam, cut it off. And sometimes that's like you said in the very middle. You said in the very beginning. You said sometimes it's best not to just say anything, because guess what? When you ignore the person, they talking to you. You know what they do? They end up moving on and going someplace else. You know, that's what the word of God says, submit to God, resist the devil, he shall flee from you, James 4:7. So if you resist the devil, Satan, because he comes in many forms, right? What he's going to do, he's going to flee. Amen. Because he'll look like a fool still trying to talk to you, and you just like looking like, you know, you like you don't even hear him, you don't even see him. He could be sitting there like feeling like a fool too. So then he's going to walk away and even go the other way. That's right. Amen. Okay. So guys, if you got value from today's show, please type in value in the comment section and let us know your biggest takeaway from today. We want to hear from you. We want to hear, you know, like what was a the big aha moment for you, or something that you already knew, but you think is just so powerful. And so let's go over here and check and see what you all are talking about. You know, let's see. We got some, we just appreciate all you all jumping on with us, and let us know, leave in the comment section and let us know, you know, what was your big takeaway. And I just want to make sure Barb, we appreciate you for joining in and just giving all your nuggets, because you're getting some good ones. Thank you. We appreciate you. So I don't see anything here, but we'll come back and we'll check the questions a little bit later.
And we just want to remind you, if you would like to get access to the 7 most powerful questions to ask your spouse in order to open the walls of communication in your marriage, comment below access, and we'll get that over to you where actually you can go and when you go on date night. These are the questions that saved our marriage, you know, and help us to come out of that stuck spot. So if you want access to that, make sure you type access. And before you leave, make sure you like our page, Empowered to be Present, so you can get the notification next week when we go live again. And we always try to do our skit in the beginning. So if you guys like put it on your clock, you won't miss the skits, because Bruce is Mr. Creativity when it comes to skits. Now I just come in there and try to polish them up. But we're gonna keep bringing these skits to you because we believe that they're real life stuff. You know, it's some real life stuff. And if you all want to jump on with us, if you ever want to get on and like talk about stuff or share your stories or your testimonies of what God has done for your marriage, please inbox us and let us know, because we want to start bringing you all in, and so the world can see that God didn't just save our marriage, he's saving a bunch of marriages. Or, you know, maybe God is giving you a gift for helping marriages. So we want to be able to bring you on as well. Anything else you want to
No, and that's really about it. You know, it's about us, you know, sharing our experiences, but also having you come in too and sharing your experiences as well. So that way, you know, we can support one another, help one another, encourage one another.
Because I see Diana's on here. Maybe Diana will come on one day and do something on, you know, I know she's working on a relationship coach, so that might be something. She's a minister, so that might be something that would be good to bring her on and do something with her. So Diana, let us know if you get some ideas, or anyone of you else that just hears us. We want to definitely start pulling more people in onto the lives and being a blessing to the world. So God bless you all.
And we
ooh, Barb said 25. Ooh, Barb, we need to get together and have a marriage retreat. That's what we want to do.
We feel a marriage retreat coming on soon, hopefully. You know, marriage retreat. And that's one of our goals, is to have to coordinate a marriage retreat. You know. For couples. And
then those of you
the fire burning. That'll be my theme. Keep the fire burning. Yes.
You're so funny.
So we're 4 minutes past our time. So anything else you want to say before?
I just let everybody know to ask for the questions. I will definitely get those over to you. Look for me in your inbox. God bless you. We'll get them to you tomorrow, because I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. So we'll get those to you tomorrow, and look for those in your inbox. We love you guys. God bless you, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Same time, same place. Shalom. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Gotta go over here, baby.